Fires to the wideout. He's got it, and they convert. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Alabama pushing the tempo. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the...
Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that side.
They'll run play action. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And how about that back-to-back sack? You want 2 sacks in a game, that's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Dances away from the heat. He'll get rid of it. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th and a long way to go, but the offense is going to give it a shot. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He tries to take the top off. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness. Now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Good timing on the quick out. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
This is an offense that has a chance to be one of the better rushing attacks in the country at the end of the year because of the athleticism of this quarterback. You're going to see this guy do damage with his legs this year.
Got his man quickly. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Trying to find his man on first down. Finds the tight end. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Well, how about that stick at the end? Nice job sticking the big tight end, making sure he doesn't get that first down. That's how you play physical defense. That's how you make him remember those tackles later in the game.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Looking to throw on second down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. And that's one.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football. touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes that Alabama offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
He'll pull it on the read. Nice move to pick up yardage. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Makes the catch on the left. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Alabama! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And the extra point is no good. No good, and they're still down 1. They're wasting no time trying to get the ball back. They're going to go for an early onside kick. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. On 1st down, here comes this offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Fires to the middle. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Pulls it in. It's Sampson. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter.
Carolina, 7, Alabama, 6.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
A 1st first down run in the red zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, North Carolina. Lining up to add another. And the PAT makes it 14-6. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Fielded in the end zone. It's Tate. Nothing wrong with a touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollock.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Second down, and they need 9 from their own 10. Dropping back, it's Green. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And that ball is picked off. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They'll go with a direct snap. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
On second down, he'll fire. And it's caught! Touchdown, UNC!
And nice job by this offense. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. The whole playbook's open. Great job by the QB, seeing it immediately. Getting the football out of his hands, hitting his receiver, getting 6 points.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes that Alabama offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt it.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And the ball will be grabbed at the 30-yard line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They'll try to tack one more on their score. To the air. Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the 2-point conversion. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Taylor. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Good Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. The run to the left. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Back to throw, it's Green. Using his feet to buy time. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive. And I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
On 4th down, looking to pass. It's complete to the left. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. The Tar Heels will snap it on 1st and 10. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. The aerial assault continues. Pocket starts to collapse. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a 1st down.
Right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Throws to the back. The quick out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Throws toward the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target, and that's already his second touchdown of the game.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Fair catch, called for and made. Here comes that Alabama offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way, but dude.
He's going to fire deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got two guys on him.
Shoots it to the left. Got his man. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, it's Green. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
There's a good example of how pressure on the quarterback can affect his accuracy. There was no way that ball was being completed.
The play action fake. Firing deep. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He can haul it in, incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Taylor. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
And the quick shuffle pass. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. He makes the connection. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that...
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
He wants to pass it on second down. Still looking on the move. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting the fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure I build rails. I can't let him...
Oh, picked off. Trying to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback, and they're able to come away with a pick.
They'll throw it on first down. And the defense got him at the 27.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Alabama quickly back to the line. Scanning the field, it's Green. Steps away. And he's still trying to get away, and he will not. Oh, what a terrible play. Where did he think he was going? Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Touchdown tie! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful in making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
And the Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play right there reminds me of some of these great players we've seen on the Crimson Tide D-line here in recent years.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Gets it out quickly. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding it. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, North Carolina 28, Alabama 21.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's going to pass. Makes the grab. It's Judkins.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
On second down, wants to throw it. He's got it on the run. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up first and goal.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
From the gun. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You can tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going and try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another interception.
They want to just keep throwing it. Dances away. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. The kickoff unit about to go to work. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Wants to throw on first down. Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, UNC! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. He'll come out throwing on first down. He's going to let it go. Holds it in on the left. Afterburner's coming. Touchdown, Bama! And once he got loose, it was all over.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
And there's still life in this team. Obviously, they're down here in the fourth quarter, but they're able to execute the onside kick. They retain possession, and now let's see what happens.
Looking downfield, it's Green. Feeling some heat. Quarterback moving. Hit as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, they'll take to the air. He fires it out to the right. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Obviously, they fail on that fourth down, but because there's still time on the clock, this game's not over. Who on defense right now can step up and make a big play, get the ball back to the offense?
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
On second down, just keeps firing. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
That's one of the only ways you were getting back in this game. You had to force a turnover. You still got to score twice at least to get back in this ball game to try to win it. Great stop. Now it's the offense's turn. I need to score and score quickly.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! And the comeback is on. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
Offense set on first down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. On the move, he fires. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Looking to pass on second down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Tar Heels! He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats. A step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Just about set to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes that Alabama offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Looking for a huge play. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. They want that clock to run. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Unloads it left. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down.
Nothing's working right now in the pass game for this guy. This is the nightmare scenario. He's already been picked off 3 times. That one got swatted away. Lucky it wasn't another interception. This quarterback is not playing with a ton of confidence.
Had to get rid of it quickly. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. The throw to the outside is complete. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
4th down coming up.
The Tar Heels will try to convert on 4th down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Back to throw, it's Green. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field.
Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Just under 40 seconds to go, and it's going to come down to whether they can get this onside kick to have a shot. Not much drives Morang. Oh, it's on the ground. High ball. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Okay, 1 possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have...
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
That's caught. It's Davis. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. To the air, it's Green. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the 4th quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
Looking for a deep man. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
How about the offense in that situation to come up so big? The place is going bananas. It's so hard to hear. It's so hard to execute. And you just put 6 on the board and have a chance to kick this PAT and tie the game.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. And a great effort on the final play of regulation, but we've got more football ahead.
The end of regulation with the score all time.
So here comes our first play of overtime. Run it with the fullback. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. He'll do it himself. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Pressure coming. Takes a hit as he fires. Touchdown tie! They take the lead here in overtime. The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
That makes the score Alabama 56, North Carolina 49.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He's right on target. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with a point after.
And what a response. You just gave up 7 on the other side of the field. Every reason to get dejected. Oh, man. But they come out and they respond and they score on the first play. And now, Jesse, down by 1. What do you do?
And they made it look easy too, David, and you got to wonder about this defense and how much they have left in the tank. Because of that, maybe if you're on offense, you just decide to end this thing right here. You scored so easily, maybe you could do the same on a 2-point play.
Now 1st down here in the 2nd overtime. That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Unloads to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their 2 guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways to get him the football, but when it's 2-on-1, I might think about looking somewhere else.
Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. This thing has been back and forth now. 1st and goal as they try to take the lead in overtime number 2. He's looking to throw. Got it! He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety.
Touchdown, UNC! That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Can't do it better than that. The two-point conversion is good, and the lead is 8. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. He'll start this drive firing. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
Looking to throw, it's Green. Fires left. Oh, and this one's picked off. A huge overtime turnover. Bringing it back. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away here, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, David.
Free. Yeah, right. If you know Rich Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome. Back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.